everyone, today we have a rare models by an extinct brand called CM's, and inside this box is the rarest one that is in this collection. Is the RX7 that came in third place at the 1985 Acropolis Rally. So here are the other cars. They're mostly Mazda 323 GTXs, but there's 4 on this side, there's 2 on this side, and I will pull out one of those. 735 yen is less than $8 in today's money, and the copyright date says, I think, 2007 down there, so kind of an old model. Alright, so let's get this out of here. So big blister, effective but kind of wasteful packaging. There's a separate antenna piece that I'm going to put on here. It's in this little baggie taped to the bottom. Let's open this up and get that out. So I just want to note I had a microphone problem, so I'm voiceovering this thing. So I'm trying to remember everything I said when I first said this, but hopefully I'll do a decent enough job. I simply don't have time to redo this video. Alright, I did a little more research on this car though, and this is powered by a 2-rotor engine of 2.6 liters, and it's making around 300 horsepower. It's not turbocharged though, I don't believe. So 300 horsepower doesn't sound too great, but the regular street cars were only making, I think, like 120 horsepower, 130 horsepower, and then the regular version with a turbocharger was only making like 160 horsepower. So this is, still making more than 2 times as much power. So alright, let's get this off the base. One thing I want to note with CMs are these little red mud flaps there. They're very fragile. I've broken some off my other CMs branded models, so be mindful of that. You might want to actually leave them on the base, but I put these into a different display cabinet. So this is the number 25 car. It's a different one, but we'll get the photos here. So these cars were not backed by Mazda, the company. This rally car was made by a company, the Mazda team Europe, the European racing team in Europe, but they weren't funded by Mazda. And so this is a Group B racer where the Audi Quattro and other insane cars were rally racing around. So a third place finish at the Acropolis Rally was its highlight of its career. This is a rear wheel drive only car, but obviously the Audi Quattro is all wheel drive, and that was the future of rally racing right there. And those things had, much more power than 300 horsepower. So this Mazda Team Europe did a pretty good job with what they could. So these are photos of the number 9 car. So it's pretty funky looking, right? Yeah, really neat. Alright, let's take a look at this casting here, and hopefully I can remember everything I said before. So the graphics are tampo printed. There's no decals here by CM's. This rear wheel does look like the photos. Notice the front wheel is a different casting. It's a totally different design. But if you back up to those photos, that's the way this car was. It had different front wheels than the rears. The front are like domed out a little bit. The rears are like flatter. So it's nice that CM took the effort to make 2 different wheels, just for this one casting that didn't come in any other liveries. So a lot of resources to make this model. There's the key. It's got a little dot there. Little body crease there. So the red fenders again are mud guards. They're kind of fragile. But this car, the real car, has a wide body kit, as you can see. It's got some blobby casted mirrors. The stripes are nicely printed on. Again, tampos, not decals. 3 different blues there, it seems, or maybe 4 different blues. So that's nicely done. Okay. There's some bubbling there on the roof, though. Yeah, there you go. Paint rash is happening there. Really big bubbles right there, so that's not good. Some black for the hinges on the rear glass. Really clear piece of rear glass. And it's tampo printed with the Acropolis Rally banner there. Alright. So the wiper blades are just raised, painted black. The banner there is tampo printed. These vents are just flat, painted black. Some protruding hinge quick releases, painted silver. No paint in those vents there. And then you got these crazy, like, spider headlights going on. So six clear lenses there. Pretty crazy. And then also 2 clear yellow lenses for the turn signals. Those vents are just flat in black. So the bottom area, that's just flat, and it's part of the plastic base. The pop-up headlights just don't work. The thing's just running those lights right there. Okay. So this side here looks pretty good. That tire, though, I mean, it's all gouged out, so that's unfortunate. They're still rubbery. They're still kind of soft. I'm noticing some silver there and there. I'm not sure why. You know, are they step boards? You'd think they'd be in the middle where you would most likely step, but I'm not sure. Oh, that's just painted maybe in the middle. So the rear exhaust there, pretty thin. The license plate is going to be real to the real car. That's an oil cooler up in there, and that's the inlet to the oil cooler. It's got some ribbing and it's painted black. Pretty crazy looking rear wing grafted on there. So the bottom, as typical of CMs, there's no branding of the brand, what the car is, what the scale is, when this thing was made. It's just an anonymous diecast car. The tires seem exceptionally wide compared to the photos. There's a nice, tread, but I don't think they're appropriate width. They just seem too big. Press fit together, so fixing problems would be an issue. It does roll pretty well. Alright. You can see the silver roll cage in there. It's pretty low because it has to be below the glass. And then we have a decent steering wheel. The seat backs are really far forward, it seems. You would think they'd be further back, just looking at the side door. It might be exaggerated by the roll cage being pushed back so much because it has to clear the plastic windows. But it does look a little odd to have those seat backs so far forward in the cabin. There are no rear seats, it's just gutted out. I can't see any harnesses. Molded in details in the dash. No additional color though. Okay, so not too bad there on the interior. But yeah, the seat backs are definitely weird. Right, see? They're like, yeah. I don't know, what do you guys think about the seat back position? Alright. Yeah, the paint bubbling on the roof, not so great. But the rest of the paint on the lower part seems alright. Alright, so it must be getting around to the time of comparing to some other models. Alright. Let's get the rally coaster up there. So, let's take a look at the very first regular street going RX7. That is by Konami in a crazy lime green. Pretty nice interior on that. Yeah, It's a nice model. This is a Kyosho of an FC. Alright. And it's from the Initial D franchise. And that's an FD. So that's from the Initial D as well. That's why they have the license plates and the side graphics. And that last one is an RX7 from Aoshima. And it has some crazy Itasha manga graphics all over it. Okay, so a little rotary collection there. Let's get these other cars out because we're going to pull out that Mazda 323 GTX from CM's, from the same collection actually. Yeah, so it's another nice model, the 323. Totally different type of rally car. I'm going to guess the 323 was actually backed by Mazda. That's why there's so many variations in this set. You know, but this RX-7 was just a almost privately funded rally car. So it's been a long time coming to find this one. It took over a year for me to get this at a expensive price. You can look this up on eBay. But as I mentioned earlier, this is probably the only casting you'll ever see of this car because this car wasn't very successful as a race car. And so it's just interesting that CMs would go to the effort to make this one livery of this one casting. And so it's such a weird looking RX-7, I had to have it. Alright, well, there's still a few other CMs castings I have to get, but they are pricey, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. I just have to wait till someone like sells off their personal collection. You know, that's just the way used things go. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next review. So